Hi everybody, my name is Amy. Welcome back to my channel. I thought I would do a stitch with me. I'm gonna try to record a couple of minutes of me crafting every day, at least 30 minutes on the days that I'm crafting. It looks like volleyball season is over and my daughter has chosen not to go into the next season that we had initially planned. So that frees up several of my days during the week, at least 3. So I'm going to try, even on my work days, to come in for 30 minutes and do something and record it for you guys. So I'll probably switch this over to a voiceover here in a second because I am watching something on TV. But I am stitching Momento Mori from Satsuma Street. So I'll put a quick picture up here on the screen somewhere so you can see what I'm working on. I'm working on kind of the middle left side right now. What was that? And I'm kind of working my way down on this giant flower right here, and then I'll probably there's another skull right here that I need to work on. I try to do as much as I can before needing to move on, like move the Q snap. So there's that. I don't necessarily like this setup, but I'm gonna try it out, see how it goes. And yeah, so don't mind my crusty dusty nails. I injured these 2 fingers. I tried painting it to see what it would look like, and the nails are taking forever to grow back. I've been trying to cover them with press-ons and acrylics, but I felt like it was hindering the regrowth process, and so they're just gonna have to look crusty dusty musty until they grow back to a healthier extent. I was going to polish them and then I decided not to because that looks terrible. So you're just going to have to stare at it for 30 minutes. I apologize. So yeah, let's get started stitching. All right, so here starts the voiceover. I thought about speeding it up just to see, because I am stitching pretty slow on this, but I don't know how I feel about it. I guess let me see how long my voiceover goes and then I can go back and speed it up. I don't know if that's going to mess up the voiceover part. I was a little bit zoomed in just because of the angle. I don't really have a way to set up my camera really great at this angle with the way that I'm trying to stitch here. Because this is also a new angle for me to stitch. I haven't stitched this way before, but I've really been wanting to kind of just lay down in bed and kind of stitch in bed. And so somebody had told me about putting my Lowry tucked underneath the mattress, like in between the mattress and the box spring, and setting it up, you know, at the edge of the bed so that I could still sit in bed. It's not my favorite, only because of how shallow the Lowry is, and it doesn't allow me. I kind of like to sit like in the middle of the bed, and this doesn't allow me to do that. But with that angle, I'm doing my eyelashes at the same time that I'm recording this voiceover. So if you hear a little bit of noise, that's probably why. I don't have a great place to put my camera arm. So the arm is there, like kind of at the side. I could not get it to at that angle. And so I just was kind of working with it to see what it was going to look like. I knew from the beginning that I wasn't really going to like it. But unless I sit in my chair and stitch in my chair, there's not going to be any way or a chair to properly record. And even then, like, I don't know. I can't think of another way to put that. I tried putting the camera arm on my bed frame, but I only have like one piece of board the way that it sticks out, and it's only like an inch deep, and I actually got my arm stuck on it for like weeks. I literally couldn't get it off. I was so mad. I thought that I broke it. I had to fight to get it off, and I was like, I'm never trying that again. So now I'm afraid to do that. And my nightstands there on the side are not tall enough for the arm to kind of be up over the stitching, which is why it looks like that. However, after I recorded this video, I finished stitching that whole flower that you see me working on right there, and I've moved over to the other side. And so hopefully right now, dinner's done and everything, I'm gonna go lay down and I'm gonna stitch for a couple of minutes, hopefully 30 minutes. And I think the angle might work since I've moved over to the other side now, the opposite side of where that flower is that I'm doing right there. And so I think working at that angle, the camera might work a little bit better, at least for now. And so I don't know, I'm gonna try it out and see how that goes. So usually when I do my I took way too much eyebrow off of that. Usually when I do my eyelashes, I also pluck my eyebrows, which is about once a week, and then I kind of do touch-ups in between. But the problem is that I have scars in both of my eyebrows from chicken pox, and one is from where I got bit by a dog when I was a little girl. And so obviously the scars remain. And so they don't match when I pluck them because of the scars. And so they have to be extra fluffy in the front. Because of that, if I even pluck one hair, it's a bald spot. Because the hairs cover up the bald spots, and I just cannot get the shape of my dang eyebrows. It irritates the holy bejesus out of me. One of them has a scar at the top, one of them has a scar at the bottom. Hopefully you didn't hear my phone buzz right now. I really need to unsubscribe from those stupid text messages. Yeah, and I don't have an arch at all on my eyebrows. They're just kind of flat at the top. Anyway, so this piece, I don't know what I'm stitching on. It's a piece of Stitch Me, obviously. Actually, I have it right here. Let me see. I'm stitching this on a piece of 28 count Joblin in the color Sand Dollar. I got this as part of the Fabric of the Month Club from Stitch Me a while back. I haven't been part of the Fabric of the Month Club in probably 3 years, just because I'm not really purchasing things anymore, especially fabric. Now I'm kind of doing as needed basis, just because I don't feel the need to supply my stash like I did when I first started stitching. And really, I just have so much of it, and I started realizing I just don't, not that I don't want to have it, it's creating a problem now where I don't have the space for it. And so I figured, I think I'm okay. I have plenty of projects that I really just want to start actually stitching instead of collecting things. And even if I wanted to start a whole bunch of new projects, I think I have enough fabric to do that anyway. Not to mention the stuff that I do have kitted that's not started either. I have so many. I do believe I have a video here called I think it's called Kitted Up Parade or something like that. It's a couple years old, but honestly it really hasn't changed, if at all. Again, because I'm not really purchasing things. I've purchased a couple of small patterns here and there, but really nothing insignificant. And I definitely haven't purchased any kits. I still have my eye on a couple of Gecko Rouge kits I'd really like to purchase, but also I'm not about those prices. Which, if you guys know me, I've never been one to spend that much money on a singular thing. And even when I first started purchasing Diamond Art Club, they were not nearly as expensive as they are now. Well, of course, now everything costs a lot more post COVID, but even before that, it wasn't what I think now is a little bit extreme, but that's my opinion. Like I said, I'm just not really into building my stash anymore after kind of been there, done that, and now I just have too much of it. So anyway, I really want to get back into YouTube and making the channel what it was. Oh my god, my eyebrows don't match. I took too much of that end off. How can I measure this? really kind of get back into what I was doing before. The channel has not grown in some time, and that's okay. Like, I can't be mad about it not growing when I didn't really put in the effort either. When I was busy, I guess it's not that big of a difference. So I'm about to finish with my master's degree, and I'm hoping that that's going to give me a little bit more like mental energy to put in some more effort into some videos. And I'm hoping this kind of draws you guys in a little bit and brings some of my audience back. Oh my god, those stupid buzzing. I don't even know why I get some of those notifications. Like, that one was from Pixar. I don't even know how to turn that off. But I use Pixar. I pay for the yearly thing because I use it to edit like my what are they called, thumbnails for here. Sometimes I use it for the videos on TikTok. I did post a link to my TikTok in the last video that I posted. I'll try to put the link again in this one so you guys can check that out. It's more lifestyle. I just recently started showing some of my crafts on there, so if you're interested, you can check it out. But it's mostly me being silly and more like my personal life stuff. So there's that. Oh gosh, I can't cut any more off. I'm scared. I feel like, oh my Lanta, I did a millennial thing and took way too much off. Now I'm trying to figure out how to fix it because this one has way more. I think if I get rid of one more of these on this side, it'll be okay. Maybe not. I don't freaking know. We'll see. I'm just gonna leave it at that and put my eyelashes on. I feel like I won't be as noticeable anymore. Oh my gosh. I don't know, is FlossTube even as popular as it was? Or did I imagine that FlossTube was as popular as it was when I was first doing it? I feel like even my TikTok, like once I got to 2,000 subscribers, I kind of just like petered out trying to get subscribers. I did notice a huge upswing in TikTok though, once I started like genuinely commenting on people's videos and interacting with people's videos. I started, like, I all of a sudden gained like an additional 200 followers just from that. And then of course, the content, I feel like they've made it a little bit harder recently because now you can only use 5 tags on TikTok. I don't really know like the reasoning behind that. I haven't really bothered to like look it up or anything, but I think that's kind of silly. I don't know if it's maybe meant to target the algorithm more or to make like your videos more niche, to find like a better audience. I'm not really sure. Like, I don't know like all about that. I kind of just want to post my videos and have fun with it. I mean, yeah, it would be fun to make an income on social media, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. So yeah, whoops. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm gonna go ahead and probably put a little song over the rest of the video, and I hope you guys enjoyed this short little stitch with me. Hopefully I'll have a couple more for the rest of the week, and I'll see you guys in the next one.